Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Alicia and in today's video I will be working on my April reading journal. I am currently using the notebook from Buke's notebook. It is a bamboo paper notebook with 180 GSM, so the paper is really thick. And if you're new here, you have probably never seen this one before, but I have 40 books as a target to read this year, and so far I have completed 15. And I read 3 books for April, not the best. The best was in January that I read 5, 4 in March and 3 in April. So far I have 17 books that you will see in my upcoming pages. It's because I have a DNF and I'm already on the other one. This is my current want to read, which is a TBR list. I have already started with the Throne of Glass series and I finished the Beekeeper of Aleppo, which was a 4.5 star read in April. These are most of the books that I already own in my physical bookshelf, so I want to really read them. This is a virtual one, so these bookshelves are mainly to indicate the different kind of mediums that I am reading through. So I have mostly read 2 ebooks and 1 in audiobook. The Beekeeper of Aleppo was in audiobook. These are more stats that I have in terms of the book lengths and the graph. I love this reading in pixels because it just shows how much I have read more in colors and it is an interesting way to capture your statistics. The physical or the ebook reading in pixels looks much better than my audiobook because I'm not really listening to it all the time, and I honestly did not have so much of time in April. That's why my reading numbers are less compared to the previous ones. Into the reading log, as you can see, I have a DNF. Well, I really want to go back to it, so probably I will read the ebook. I finished the Queen of Shadows. I am on the Empire of Storms right now, which is going to be the 17th book that I will be finishing. This is the reading stats, more in numbers, again to just capture. It's a lot of stats, and the Beekeeper of Aleppo was the favorite one, which will be also reflecting in my reading challenge because it is from a different place altogether, and that was one of the things that I wanted to do as part of the reading challenge. This is how my April cover page looks like. I have done a setup video for it and it will be linked in the description as well as on the cards above. I really spoke about a lot of the new collection that I'm launching, or rather I have launched. It came out on 10th of May, so the video when you will be seeing it, it's already live, so you can go ahead and check those in the description below. I will be using most of the stickers from this new collection as well as some from Hedda's shop, Ikigai Paper. This was something that I bought last year. Oh no, I bought it in this year and I really wanted some of her collection, and she was having it in the entire last year's collection sold in one go. Also, I had the reject bags that came free along with the entire bag that I bought from her. So yeah, I'm definitely going to use them. It's not going to be just sitting on my drawers, and that's not the purpose of it. So they are definitely going to have a very good use in my reading journal. I have been purchasing in smaller quantities from various small businesses, and I love to buy from them even if it is just 1 or 2 sticker sheets and it's not in a huge quantity and in amount. I still want to support them because I know as my own small business, if someone even buys 1 sticker from me, it really makes me very, very happy, and it supports me in the long run to keep my business afloat. So I appreciate it, and I know the feeling is mutual with the other small business owners as well. So like I mentioned before in my previous videos, if there are any artists that you follow and you want them to be featured in these videos, let me know in the comments below and I will definitely check them out. The amount and quantity are definitely going to be on the smaller side, so I can feature them only in 1 or 2 of the spreads in my reading journal. So I will be really interesting. So let me know if you have anybody. Coming to what you are seeing in the video right now, this is going to be the spread for the Beekeeper of Aleppo. That's why I wanted to make it more summery and yellow. I don't have any ephemeras or stickers that shows bees. I've never been into bees so much, so I don't really gravitate towards the bees and the bee ephemeras and stickers. But the alternate that I had was sunflowers and a lot of the garden stickers that I have released. So that definitely makes up for the Beekeeper's book. I also had this yellow checkered style washi tape that I think I got from journalwithme as part of those collections of washi tapes that you get in boxes. I think it was one of those, I don't remember exactly. But how cute is that? It is so summery and it gives such a nice picnic vibe to it. And definitely these are most of the time yellows with the black stripes. I don't have black stripes in it, but I think the yellow definitely makes up for it. Coming to the book, it is based on the life of Syrian refugees. It reflects on a particular family that takes the arduous travel and the most dangerous travel that the refugees have to go through to escape from their own home to a more safer place. A war-torn country is never a safe place for anyone to stay, and they travel through Europe and finally reaches in the UK, where they try to apply for asylum and hopefully get back to some normalcy in their life. The book was so well written. There were instances where I almost had tears in my eyes reading the issues that they were having. It's not like they wanted to leave. They were having a very nice life in Syria. They were very successful in their business. So the protagonist of the story, his name is Nuri. He is the beekeeper, and that's how that name comes, the Beekeeper of Aleppo. He has a honey business with his cousin, but his cousin fleds the country first because he shoots down one of the rebel military who was trying to take down kids, and they were shooting kids, and his son also gets into this, like his son gets shot. So he goes through all of these problems and he escapes, and then Nuri's son also gets bombarded, and that was right in front of his wife, and the wife goes through so much of trauma, and the whole thing, it's so unforgettable. It's so disheartening that it's very hard, like it's something that really happens. And the author talks about it in the end, that she was actually volunteering in Greece and she have seen people literally going through these. So this was a fictional work, but obviously influenced and inspired by the real life events. So a definite read if you want to understand more about what is happening in the current world, which is very, very sad. Moving on to the second book. This is The Heir of Fire, which is the third book in Throne of Glass series. For this particular one, I wanted to do a Dark Academia theme. So I will be using the Dark Academia inspired stickers from my collection as well as from Hedda's collection. I will be also using these darker toned, more brownish toned washi tapes to decorate the edges of the page. I love academia themes, both in light and in dark. I love the warm brown tones and also how cozy it feels. I myself is an autumn born person. My birthday is on 22nd September, so it is the peak autumn that you can get. Well, fall for my US friends. And I naturally get gravitated towards the warmer fall colors, the orangish, the brown. It's very cozy for me. I love summer in Dublin. because we are always in cold. So those rare sunny days that we get, I enjoy them very, very much. I love to eat outside in the sun, go for a walk when it is sunny. It is very rare that we get very good days. If you know, you know. If you know how London is, it's worse in Dublin. But I like it here. It is peaceful. It is not as rushed as it is in some other places. I like how chill people can be, which can be a pro and a con, because if you want something to be done, you need to wait for them to come to you. Anyway, coming to the book. The Heir of Fire starts where Selena is going to a different continent. She is being sent to the different continent to meet these other Fae people, and it is under the disguise that she will have to assassinate the royal family for the king, since she is still the champion for the king. And this whole plan was concocted by Cowell, whom she was having like a love affair fling in the beginning. Like when she leaves, she gives him a clue, which he will eventually figure out that she is actually Aileen, who is the supposed queen of Terrasen. So there are a lot of things that happens, and here when she goes to the other continent in Elway, she is obviously getting a little bit of hint of her power. She sees the female and she actually gets escorted into the kingdom of her aunt, who is the Queen Maeve, and we get a little bit of backstory of where she actually comes from, how she has so much of strength that she was exuberating, and also how she was able to run so fast when Nehemia was assassinated in her room. So all the things kind of like falls into place, and you're like, now it makes sense that she was able to achieve that title of being the world's greatest assassin. Because honestly, when I was reading this book, maybe I am in this minority that did not enjoy this book, or rather the previous one, because I think I was having a lot of expectations out of the book, and I have read Akotar before and I really, really love that series. So my expectation was a little different, or maybe it's just that she keeps doing these things. Like as a character, you will be like, okay, just get a grip, do not be so silly and stupid, and if you were the world's greatest, how are you letting certain things happen? Like, I'm not spoiling things for you, it's just my opinion and my feeling that I honestly did not enjoy it as much as I thought I would enjoy. And I know people keep saying that, it's the process, it's the struggle that she goes through, which obviously it shows in this book, where she trains with Rowan, and she's obviously not the best in her magic. She has never used magic properly. She was never trained in using magic. Her mother was in fact trying to subdue and not show her magic side, because she's a firebender kind of, and she rules with fire. So it is something that her mother was trying to hide it from Queen Maeve when she was young, so she never was trained on controlling her magic. And when she was training with Rowan, she had to do a lot of things that she was not very used to. She was failing miserably. So I guess I like that part, that it is normal to fail. But eventually, of course, she gets better slowly. She's getting trained and she keeps training, and she goes back to Riftfall to kind of avenge her people and all the process that happens. So I guess it's slowly getting better. I have given it a 3.5 star. I don't think this series is going to reach that 4-star, 5-star rates that I have had before. But yeah, I'm going to give it a shot. I still have 2 more books to finish, so hopefully it will get better. By the way, if you have any series or any particular book that you want to recommend, please leave them in the comments below. I would really want to try something different that you have liked and you want me to also read and maybe talk about it and see how that goes. I don't have a reading club, so you guys are kind of my reading club members that I like to share my thoughts. So yeah, your recommendations and suggestions definitely means a lot, so leave them in the comments below and I will definitely read them. Now moving on to the last and final spread of this video, it's going to be for Queen of Shadows. This is the fourth book in the Throne of Glass series. And like I mentioned before, there are things that I liked, there are things that were like, I'm just like kind of reading through it. Also, I was reading it in April where I was super busy and it was a very hectic month for me since I was preparing for my first ever craft market. And if you have done craft markets before and it is the first time that you're preparing for it, it is a lot. There were a lot of preparations that I had to do, so I was not able to read as much as I would have liked. There were days that I was able to barely scrape through 10 pages. That normally doesn't happen to me, but in April that happened and I was okay with it. The book also kind of did not help for me to be motivated to read, because I remember when I was reading the Avatar series, I was reading till late at night, like almost 1:30 a.m. and I was able to finish like 100 pages in a day. It was that enticing for me. This one I don't know. I don't really know. Maybe I'm not the target audience for this kind of book, but the character that I really liked in this was the villain, Man in Black Pig. She was the epitome of bad bitch boss, like she is so to the point, she's so sharp, she's like discipline, brutality, and the way she exuberates her power over her gang of 13 other witches is very strong. She was introduced in the previous book. I did not speak about it, but in this book her character develops so much and she is definitely one of my favorites in this book. So far she is the favorite character in the entire series for me, to be very honest, because there was like Carl was very good in the beginning, and then in the last book he was like, Dorian, I need to do this, oh no, but he escaped when the king was trying to intimidate them, and he's like, no, he's not my favorite character. Dorian is I don't know, he's just a princeling, but I like that Manon and Dorian has this, the thing. I don't know, maybe they will develop into something, but there was some chemistry that looks very interesting. But I really love Manon. Also, she has a wyvern. If you have a dragon and a wyvern on your side that you're riding, you are the best bitch that there can be. Like, she is to me the best character. I don't know what you feel about it, but I really liked her. I think she needed to be the center of the whole book. She's a side character, so it is not her book. So I understand. But I'm sure she's going to play a more important role in the upcoming books. Like, I can already see her influences coming into the fifth book. So yeah, I am looking forward to how she is going to evolve in this story. Hopefully, not going to be screwed up, and she will remain the boss lady that she is. In terms of the decoration of this spread, I wanted to go a bit on the vintage retro style, so that's the reason why you will see me using these stamps and also the postal stamps. This just to signify the archaic way of communicating that they have in this magical world of Aileen and Rowan and all these characters. Since they don't have the technology like us, they do have messengers that they send out for using the older methods that we used to have in our world. So yeah, that was just one way to show it. Those stamp stickers are going to be in this new collection. However, the postal stamp stickers are from my previous collection that I'm not really sure if I want to bring them back, but maybe I will introduce them in a smaller set. And I have some ideas going around in my head to make some washi tapes. It is an expensive venture and I will have to outsource it to manufacturers that I am kind of doing my research. It's not going to be out anytime soon. I'll probably do a Kickstarter for it. It just ensures that if I order something, they are going to be loved and goes to the people. I don't want to have a huge inventory lying in my studio. I don't have so much of space to keep so many items, so maybe a Kickstarter will be a way to go. I will talk more about it once I have more information. So if you're interested, you can also go and check out my Kickstarter project whenever that will go live in the future. Well friends, we have reached to the end of this video. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It really helps in reaching out to the audience that also enjoys and have similar interest. When I check my analytics, they also show that 60% of you watch my videos but are not subscribed to it. So if you're watching it on TV, you can go to my profile picture and click on it and you will see the subscribe button right over there. Thank you so much for tuning in every week and supporting me in this journey and also being a part of this wonderful community. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!